Hey, good morning. It's Monica Cornetti with a Monica's Morning Musings. You know, my birthday was last week. So, of course, whenever you have a birthday, you start thinking about where you are, what you've done, decisions you've made. And I have to say that I'm pretty thrilled with where I am right now. I mean, I live in this tropical paradise and really don't think it could get much better than this. But as I was thinking about where I am and what brought me here, a lot of it was my decision to go all in on gamification and game-based learning design. And it really was a trip and fall. I was focused on making engaging adult learning programs because I had had a pivotal event that I had gone to where I really wanted to learn something. And the speaker was so dry and dull and boring. I just wanted to stick a pencil in my eye. I just thought, kill me now, because I'm not getting what I need out of this. It's just a waste of my time. So I had already made that decision to dedicate myself to putting an end to dry, dull, and boring. But at the same time in my life, I have three boys, and they were teens at the time. And they would spend hours in the rec room playing video games with their friends. I couldn't get them to study for a Spanish test for 20 minutes, but I'd be kicking friends out every night, like 10 o'clock, time to go home. You got school tomorrow. But as I was watching this gameplay that they would spend hours and hours on, I started thinking, what if I brought some of that into what I'm doing with adult learning programs? I mean, what is these level ups and unlocks and boosters that you speak of? And what are you doing with all those gold coins? And what are these cheats? And where's the manual? And they would just laugh at me like, Mom, there's no manual. We just help each other. And I was like, I want more of that in the programs that I'm designing. So I started doing it. I didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it had a name. I just started doing it. I started weaving a narrative. I remember the first course that was all in was a 6-hour payroll administration course that I wrapped inside the narrative of Snow White. A little bit crazy, but highly effective and impactful, and achieved the objectives that the client wanted. So fast forward now to about 2012. So I've been doing this kind of design for like 3 years, not knowing it was gamification. I get a call from a client. Her name's Susan. I had done strategic thinking with her team. And Susan said these words to me, Monica, I want you to design a creative thinking for my managers because I know they know the answers, but they're not thinking outside the box. Standard stuff. And then she said this, I know you do that gamification thing, and I want you to design a creative thinking course gamified with gamification for my managers. And I'm like, Susan, that's brilliant. Yes. Creative thinking and gamification, they go like hand in hand. It's like perfect, like peanut butter and jelly, right? Hand in hand. At the same time, I'm telling her how genius of an idea it is. I am at my keyboard Googling gamification because I had not really known the term. I mean, like I might have seen it out there floating around, but never like connected the dots of what is that with what I'm doing. And as I'm reading on the screen what it says gamification is, I'm like, Susan's right. I do this gamification thing. So after I told her I'd come up with a plan and hung up with her, I started taking this deep dive into this worldwide community of gamification researchers and designers, and found that that group of individuals is the nicest group of people on the planet. They're generous, they're gracious, they share ideas. There's not this like dog eat dog competitiveness. It's like, what do you know? What do I know? What works? What doesn't work? What have you tried? What have you not tried? Right? And it's all this learning and growing. And so as I think about where I am now, much of that has been because of what we've been able to do at Sententia with game-based learning, gamification design, our certifications, our conferences, because of meeting this global audience of gamification designers and researchers. That's what got us thinking we need to have a conference. We need to have a conference here in the United States that brings these global speakers and researchers and an audience together. And so we started GameCon about 5 or 6 years ago now. We co-locate with Training Magazine events, and it's phenomenal. We have the best speakers on the planet, the best instructional designers, training managers who had a crazy idea like I did. Well, let's bring some of this game stuff into our training programs and see what happens. And it worked for them. So I want to encourage you to join the community, no matter where you are. At Sententia, we've got a network that stretches across the globe. We have a ton of free resources. We do a Friday night game garage. We have our Gamicon. We're going to be live in Austin just in a week's time. Yes. And just join us no matter where you are, even if you haven't started playing with the idea yet. No matter where you are, it's the right place to be. Because, you know, the more I learn about gamification, the more I realize I don't think I know very much at all. I don't know nothing is what I say, and I just want to learn more and more. So we welcome you, no matter if you've done some serious design or if you're just getting started, come join the community. You will find, and you'll tell me that I was right, that these are the nicest, most generous, most gracious people on the planet, and they will all help you to get where you want to get to also. So that was my musing for the morning. I was just thinking about how I got here, how gamification helped me to get here, and I want to invite you to join us in this fun, fascinating, wild ride and adventure. So that's my Monica morning musing for the day. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you here again.